Hi Gemini, rising, suns and moons. This is your monthly prediction for the month of May. And I picked 5 important events this month. And the first one is full moon in Scorpio on the 11th degree on the 1st of May. And it's happening in your 6th house. So, there's some situation with your routine or your health, and it's in Scorpio, so it can, if it's related to health, it may feel like there's a little bit of urgency, a little bit of like psychologically intense time, but because it's just a full moon, it doesn't mean that it's a big issue with your health. It just can feel overwhelming in the beginning because Scorpio tends to make the reactions a little bit dramatic. And if it's not your health, then it might be your work or routine. And I cannot imagine like experiencing something dramatic in your routine, but I can imagine something in your workplace, which would be like especially colleague kind of relations, and maybe someone says something and it's about you and it's not particularly pleasant, but because it's in Scorpio, it means that you find out the truth, and the truth is all that matters. And because of that, I would see it as a positive influence after the emotions calm down. So yeah, it can also be some kind of new project. I heard some interesting sounds. Okay, so it can be some kind of project at work, because it's also about work. And full moon, did I say new project? I hope I didn't say it, because it is the final result of the project. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is Pluto retrograde in Aquarius 5th degree, and it's in the 6th house on the 6th of May in the 9th house. And for Gemini risings especially, this can be some great time to reflect on the knowledge that you gathered about life, about especially divination kind of matters. It is a good time to review what you learned before, and because it's Pluto, I would imagine that. And because you come to watch my videos, I would imagine that you have a little bit of interest in astrology, let's say. So this is particularly good for those who try to learn astrology, because Pluto retrograde would probably intensify that learning for a while. Other than that, some people who have mentors or teachers may face some, how to say, like maybe there's something that was going on, and now that Pluto turns retrograde, you have to deal with the consequences of something that has been going on with the teacher, let's say you were having, I don't know, arguments, or there was some unpleasant energy with the teacher, and now that situation has to be reviewed and dealt with, perhaps. But that's minority of people that would experience it. But those who travel, and I can imagine many people would travel in May, you will obviously not all of you, but you can be in a situation that is a little bit, let's say, it's not like you don't catch the bus or you cannot go into a plane, although that can be, but it's some intense situation while traveling, like maybe, I don't know, seeing something weird and seeing something that you shouldn't see, or for some people it can be, let's say your partner was like, yeah, let's go, and then around that day they say, oh, I can't, and like it's a big disappointment. That's not a great prediction. Anyways, there's some kind of intense situation regarding traveling, potentially. Okay, the next one is new moon in Taurus on a 25th degree on the 16th and in your 12th house. And this is like super minor influence for you. I don't even think you will feel it, but it's like new types of therapy, new types of resting, new types of, I don't know, new sleeping kind of routines. Hopefully this is not new type of addiction, and hopefully this is not new enemy that you don't know, like that you're not aware of. But new moon is such a innocent influence. Like, I don't think it's about enemies or like something that's happening behind your back, which can usually happen with the 12th house. So there can be something about the way you rest. It can be, of course, traveling, but new moon is not bringing travels. Usually that would be something else. Okay, let's move to the next one. Sun ingressing into Gemini conjunct Uranus on the 0 or 1st degree on the 21st, and it's happening in your first house. So for Gemini risings, this is about your independence, and Sun highlights the Uranus that just entered the first house, and you will feel the urge to be different and to be independent and to do what you want and not what others want, and maybe to go against the flow. And if it's your rising sign, then obviously this is something new about your looks or maybe health. You cannot be independent with your health, but you can be very unusual with your looks. So it's also a different approach to life. It's like maybe you were feeling like for a very long time you were going by the rules of someone, and now you just want to be unique. So it's the first highlight, I would say. Yeah, it's the first highlight as far as I remember. Or was there Mercury? Yeah, I think it's the first, like it's a first strong highlight of what you will be for the next 7 years, by the way. And I think it's very exciting, very surprising. There's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of revelations and interesting insights, and especially like some sort of unique ideas. No matter it's like your sun, moon, or rising. Oh my god, the wind. You will be discovering something very suddenly about life, about yourself. And like if it's your moon and sun, you would have to see in which house they are. That way you would know about what about it is. Anyways, okay, let's move on. And we have full moon in Sagittarius on the 9th degree on the 31st in the 7th house. So this is the only highlight of your relationships, because the rest is not about relationships. But this full moon, I think it's a very light kind of full moon because it's in Sagittarius. So I would say like there's going to be a lot of couples that decide to go on a trip. I mean Gemini couples that decide to go on a trip, or I don't know, just have a good time, having some adventures. Of course, full moon is like not always super great because emotions are heightened, like there's a lot of dramatic energy, and it's just it can be some kind of, you know, discovery or some kind of conversation that is a little bit like what is going on. But because it's in Sagittarius, like unless you have a difficult situation related to traveling, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's something complicated, but it can result into. I mean, it can result in you maybe committing to someone if you were on good terms, if things were going well. You maybe would finally make the decision, because full moon is about, you know, some kind of result of something that has been growing. So, you know, these things can happen, like a commitment of some kind. And since it's in Sagittarius, it can be a very light kind of energy, so the commitment brings like super great happiness and laughter. Okay, I think that would be it. Thank you for watching. Please hit a like and please hit a subscribe to make my super mini little channel grow. And let's meet in June.